Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk video. In today's episode, we'll be talking about the mysterious passing of several Empire artists. Let's get right into it. On November 17, 2021, the Memphis rapper Young Dolph passed away after being ambushed at a local Memphis cookie store he always attended. On June 18, 2018, the Florida rapper xxxtentacion passed away after being ambushed at a Deerfield Beach motorcycle dealership. On November 11, 2020, the Dallas rapper Mo3 passed away after he was ambushed while on a drive on the I-35 in his hometown of Dallas. On November 6, 2020, the Chicago rapper King Von passed after an altercation that took place outside an Atlanta club. On December 19, 2021, the Los Angeles rapper Drake the Ruler passed after an altercation that happened at a Los Angeles music festival. Besides all these guys being rappers, they had one thing in common. They were all signed to Empire before they passed. This very detail has led many people to speculate whether these artists being signed to Empire had anything to do with their passings, and I can't really blame them. Seeing all these artists who were signed to Empire pass definitely raises the question, is Empire playing a part in any way? Empire Distribution was founded in 2010 by Ghazi Shami, a music technology graduate at San Francisco State University. Ghazi was 33 years old when he started Empire Distribution, just a year after he lost his father. Since the creation of Empire, Ghazi has managed to work with many big artists, playing an important role in the marketing and distribution of many successful projects. There isn't much information available on Ghazi, as he seems to play the background in the music industry. Whether Ghazi is a Freemason is hard to determine because the information available on him is very basic, as he doesn't seem to spend much time in the public eye. We already know the music industry is ran by Freemasons, especially in the executive roles, so I wouldn't be surprised if Ghazi is a Freemason. The fact that his father passed just 1 year before he went on to create his ultra-successful distribution company, to me, also raises suspicion. He created his record label when he was at the age of 33, which is the most important number in Masonry. This makes me think that he might indeed be a Mason. He even posted on his Instagram about how his father passed when he was 32 and how he started his label when he was 33. And he even went on to say that he channeled his pain. To me, this reveals a lot. It almost seems like he's crediting the loss of his father as the reason he gained the success. We already know in the industry, sacrifices need to be made, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is the case here, especially since a concerning amount of artists that signed a deal with his label has passed shortly after doing so. We need to take a look at the artists who had deals with Empire, as their projects were full of Masonic imagery, especially in Young Dolph and xxxtentacion's last music videos. Young Dolph's case seems to be the strangest to me. See, Young Dolph was an independent artist for the majority of his career, and this is by choice, as he had personally declined multiple record deals in the past, choosing to stay independent. But in 2018 that all changed, as he signed a deal with Empire, partnering with them, creating a joint label. This meant that after 2018, Young Dolph was no longer independent and was now under a major record label. On July 30th, 2021, Young Dolph dropped a very interesting album called Paper Route Illuminati. On the album cover, we saw Young Dolph openly showing the one-eye symbolism. This instantly raises a lot of questions, especially since this would be one of his last projects he released. It was obvious that Young Dolph was referring to becoming a Masonic puppet, as it is the route to riches and fame. Young Dolph would go on to release a music video for one of the songs on the album called Talking to My Scale, and this video was full of Masonic imagery. I have covered this music video in the past, but for those who might not remember or didn't see that video I made on Dolph, let me break this video down, as in my opinion is very telling. The music video starts with the Masonic all-seeing eye. The screen zooms into the eye, and we then see Young Dolph doing the one-eye symbolism. The video then shows Young Dolph in what appears to be hell as he is counting money. In this part of the video, they even flash tons of satanic imagery within a second. You have to literally slow the video down to be able to see it. It's obvious what this part of the video is representing. Young Dolph taking the oath in order to truly make it in the music industry. The video opening with the Masonic all-seeing eye is clearly letting the world know that Young Dolph was a Masonic puppet. The fact that they show him in a burning end shows that Young Dolph was aware of the price he took for making that deal with the devil. The video continues with Young Dolph in a garden area that in my opinion appears to be the Garden of Eden. Again, another reference to selling out. When these artists shoot music videos with the Garden of Eden theme, that just like Eve, they're choosing to eat from the forbidden fruit. They have chosen Lucifer in order to gain the whole world. Throughout the rest of the video, we can spot tons of one-eye symbolism, openly showing who young Dolph is truly representing. In the lyrics of the song, young Dolph even talks about sacrificing himself. He raps, "If I sacrifice myself, will I go to hell?" It's clear what Dolph was making known with this album. He had chosen to sell out when he signed to Empire. None of young Dolph's early music videos seem to have this imagery, so I find it strange that in his last project, he has a song where he was talking about sacrificing himself and showing himself paying for it in a burning end, a video showing tons of open Masonic imagery. I do not think it's a coincidence that after Young Dolph signed to Empire, a couple years into his deal, he would begin to openly show Masonic imagery when he wasn't before. Things got even more strange with Empire when we take a look at xxxtentacion's case. xxxtentacion had just signed another deal with Empire to release his next project before he passed. He released his last album, and on that album, he had the song Sad. We have already gone over the Sad music video, so if you would like to hear a breakdown on that music video, make sure you go watch the previous videos I've done on xxxtentacion. In Sad, we saw tons of open Masonic imagery, and we saw X showing himself attending his own funeral. They even showed X talking to a demonic figure that I believe represents Baphomet, as he spoke about speaking to Baphomet in his song called I Spoke to the Devil in Miami, which he dropped in 2016. xxxtentacion's career would take off just 1 year after he dropped his Spoke to the Devil in Miami song. His Look At Me song would mysteriously start to take off, even though it was a 2-year-old song. Shortly after his song took off, he was in front of Ghazi, signing a deal becoming an Empire artist. In the xxxtentacion documentary, recently released on Hulu, they show a scene where Ghazi states that he first spoke to xxxtentacion during a phone call conversation they had while X was still in jail. This means that X got in contact with Empire shortly after he made a song admitting to selling his soul and talking to a Baphomet. In that Hulu documentary, Ghazi also said that xxxtentacion told him he wouldn't live past 21.
And we were sitting down eating, and he was around with the chopsticks, and we were just sitting there, and we started talking about kids. And he was like, "You're gonna be a great dad." I said, "You're gonna be a great dad too someday, bro." He said, "No, I'm not." So what do you mean? And he just looked me dead in the eye, and he's like, "I'm not gonna make it past 21.
As you heard for yourself, Ghazi states that X knew he wouldn't make it past his 21st birthday. Now, we also know that xxxtentacion spoke about being sacrificed before on an Instagram post he made as well, as I covered it on a previous X video. In my opinion, this is what I believe X was referring to, being sacrificed by Empire. This is why Ski Mask said that X was trying to sacrifice him, as X was trying to spare himself by offering Ski Mask instead. We were just looking at young Dolph's situation and his Paper Trail Illuminati song. He also talks about being sacrificed. As you can see, it's hard not to think Empire has been sacrificing his artists when their own artists are talking about being sacrificed. Even though the King Von situation seemed unrelated and appeared just to be a street situation, it still seemed odd to me. Just as King Von was blowing up, shortly after signing with Empire, he would also pass. Just like Young Dolph and xxxtentacion, Von seems to have filmed a satanic-themed music video before he passed called Demon. The music video, which was released August 9th, 2021, showed Von looking demonic. I think a full video on King Von is needed, as his story is a great example of how you can sell your soul to the streets and end up being used to serve Lucifer. So if you would like to see a full video on King Von, comment King Von below. All the artists I mentioned in this video all met violent endings, which again to me is strange, since they were all signed to Empire, and 2 of those Empire artists were talking about being sacrificed. Many people online have also pointed out that Empire might be putting life insurance policies on their artists. Even though I cannot confirm that Empire really does this, I can confidently say it is common for record labels to open insurance policies on their artists with the record labels as beneficiaries. The record labels put these life insurance policies within the record contract itself and allows the record label to collect the policy if anything happens to the artist. In an article written by MTV released in 1998, MTV spoke about a rapper by the name of Bushwick Bill who was having a problem with his label when he found out they added an insurance policy into his record deal. Bushwick Bill was signed to Rap A Lot Records at the time, and he felt that this was an improper move done by the label to make him worth more money gone than he is worth when he's actually alive. And this is especially true after the artist's streams increase when an artist passes away. So if Empire had put life insurance on all those artists, they would have made a lot of money. Even more so since these labels release more albums after these rappers are gone, capitalizing on the situation. In my opinion, it does seem like something is going on over at Empire Distribution. The label keeps on going strong, while these artists under the label seem to have the opposite results. If we look at the Instagram post Ghazi made where he spoke about his father passing and him starting his record label at 33, we see he also spoke about channeling his pain, which is what it seems he keeps doing with all his artists that keep on passing, channeling their pain to make himself more money and continue his success. It appears to me that Ghazi might be making ritual offerings and at the same time making millions off it. We might never know 100% what's going on over at Empire, but we know for sure the devil is involved. So many artists are willing to pay the ultimate price, selling their souls for temporary fame, when nothing in this world but our souls are eternal. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just want to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. Thank you so much for all your support. If you would like to further support the channel, join the channel below by hitting the join button, or you can join me on Patreon. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by buying a TrueFizz shirt. If you would like a TrueFizz shirt, email me at thetruefizz211@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram at thetruefizz01. Also, please leave a comment below on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, as this helps other people find these videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Please follow me on Instagram at thetruefizz01 and on TikTok at thetruefizz. I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.